If you're anything like me, you've probably played Tera. And if you play Tera, you probably know that there was a Tera Mobile released, and only released in the US or UK very briefly, and then it kind of disappeared. And it seems to have only popped up in China and Korea. So if you're like me in that sense, you enjoyed Tera, you probably wouldn't mind being able to play Tera Mobile, but can't really seem to get past the inability to read Chinese or Korean. So one of the things that I found in my search for how to play Tera Mobile were a lot of people asking when was a US or an English release going to happen, and you can't really find much info because they don't really reply. I even tried it myself. I went on and even translated into Chinese and posted on the Tera Mobile Classic Facebook page saying, hey, when will a Tera Mobile English version be released, and have still yet to hear anything. So this has led me to look for a way to play Tera Mobile and still be able to read the game without having to learn Chinese. And I did find a way. It's a little interesting, and that's what I wanted to show you. So first thing, you want to make sure that you're on Android. I do not know how to do this on iPhone. I imagine if there was a way, someone in the iPhone community would probably tell you, but I am not an iPhone user, and so I can only say that this works on Android. First thing you'll need is APK Pure. This is an alternate app store for the Android operating system. You can find it just typing APK Pure on Google. You'll find it. It should look similar to this. And from there, you can type Tera, and you'll eventually find Tera Classic. And Tera Classic is going to come up as a download. And you'll notice that it's in Chinese. So once you install Tera and you have Tera Classic, everything's going to be in Chinese, and you're not going to be able to read it. So this is how you're going to acquire Tera outside of the Google Play Store, because it's not available on the US Google Play Store. So once you've got that, you could, without any other applications, sit down and play Tera and just figure it out by clicking on random icons until you kind of made your way around how to do quests and stuff like that. To make your life a little bit easier, you'll want to download an application called Tap to Translate Screen, and it should look like this. And this one you're going to find on the Google Play Store. Once you have both of those applications, all you have to do is launch Tap to Translate Screen, and then there's a power button. You'll click that power button. It may ask for some permissions like writing on top of or drawing on top of other applications. Grant it permission to do that, and then make sure you choose the from language to Chinese. I used Chinese Simplified. If you're using the Chinese Tera, if you're using another Tera in a different language or another program in a different language, you would want to choose that language to English or the designated language that you want to translate it to, and then start by hitting the power button again. And then depending on what version of Android you're on, you might get a notification that says exposing sensitive info during casting or recording. It might display info. So pretty much what it's telling you is don't view your bank account while you're sharing your Android screen or letting another application capture that screen. So all you got to do is hit Start Now, and anything it sees on the screen, it should be able to translate. So you're going to get this little icon, looks like a bullseye with an up arrow. Once you've got that on your screen, you're good to go. From there, you can launch Tera. And once you launch Tera, that little bullseye should stay on screen. And at that point, you'll see Tera's in Chinese on mine. And whenever I click to start up, it's going to log me in. If I need to read what's on this screen, I just click that bullseye and it's going to translate everything it sees on the screen. Now, it is not perfect 100%, but it does a fantastic job whenever you're trying to do a quest. So let's go ahead and load into Tera and choose our character. And if we needed to see how to get further than this screen, again, we could tap that bullseye and we can see the different areas and what they actually say. If for some reason this is not correct, maybe you chose the wrong Chinese language, you could just go back to the application, change it over to traditional Chinese or whatever language, and then relaunch Tera again. So in this case, the sign-on, it looks a little different. It's spelled kind of incorrectly. Obviously, it's not perfect. We can click sign on. And so as Tera is loading up, we could translate any of this. So right now, we're on screen, and let's see what it's saying up here. Tunneling main line, Battle of Westgate, report to Jonathan. So that's our quest. If we click on that, it's going to take us to our quest. So we know what that quest is. And this is just helpful for town names, character names, translating chat. If you had, like in this scenario, you want to know what's being said on this screen, you can translate it. So you can actually read and follow along with the quest. And every time that you tap, you're going to have to click again and then just retranslate it again. Does not make for fast gameplay in any sense, but it will allow you to play Tera, and it'll allow you to play pretty much any other Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Russian. I mean, any game that you can't read. Let's say if you're like me and you're American and you just don't know how to read those, it's just a really good substitute, especially if those companies just don't plan to make a port for English users. But hopefully you guys have found this to be helpful in the slightest. I know for me it was kind of nice to find, because I've been wanting to play Tera on mobile, and now I can a little bit better than I would have been able to without being able to translate the screen. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in one of our live streams. And don't forget, if you find this kind of content helpful, give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Let me know, and I can try to do more of these, because I do a lot of random weird stuff when it comes to playing games on my phone. I was playing Black Desert before it was even in the US, so I would love to be able to put those kind of tips out there for you guys.